It's just a regular Friday afternoon. I don't know. Who knows how long the pandemic is gonna go on for? But well, I'm just spending my dad's credit card. These days, I keep maxing it out by the end of the month, and so I get very happy around this time of the month. And I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna continue to live pretty frugally and just spend my money on lots of clothes. I mean, my parents do a lot, and I know that my dad is a big French investor, but we really cannot predict for how much longer that pandemic will go on for. So I think it's good, just to keep things simple for a while longer. Anyways, this is my outfit. My outfit for today, just a regular t-shirt, a pair of jeans. Then I have these cute lace, baby pink buckled flats. And that's about it. I think I'm just going to get some cash out of my credit card. And then order some clothes, go shopping. But that's about it. Just oh, and I don't have much makeup on today, but I'm using the NARS concealer and a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's almost Christmas, so I'm thinking of how to make the house a little nicer. I miss all my friends all over the world, Like talking to my language teacher on Zoom about once a week. I told her mainly I just enjoy life. I have a couple hundred friends who I've had for a long, long time, so I'm pretty happy. That's about it. Waiting for the pandemic to pass and then go back to New York. I need to update some of my jewelry accessories. I haven't gone shopping for a long time. It's just really hard to go shopping, in a pandemic. But I don't know. I feel like when you do online shopping for clothes, definitely for makeup, it's very convenient. But I find it hard to find it hard to buy jewelry online. I don't want to do that. Or like a nice expensive pair of shoes without having tried it on. I can't really, just say I want to, buy it off, an online store. So I kind of miss doing a lot of shopping. And that's about it. I think I'm starting to lose a little weight. I have to, I don't know, because my neck is still hurting. But last night I ditched my physiotherapist because she's a wonderful person, but it's been 2 months and my neck pain has not gone away. There has been no improvement whatsoever. Last night I went on YouTube and I found Bob and Brad, this channel of 2 physiotherapists. And I took their advice last night and my neck is already feeling better this morning. So at this weight, it looks like things should be okay, but we shouldn't waste our energy on ineffective things. you know. We've been going to see them. It's been 2 to 3 months. The neck has not improved at all. So yeah, that's the update on my life. So I am out in Central. I went to the bank where my dad puts some of his money, and I took out some cash. And the first thing I did was walk down the street to the closest shoe store. It's kind of cute. I have a brand. I think it's a local brand, but you know, when it's a pandemic and my parents give me less pocket money, you know, I have to live cheap for a couple of years, and it sort of works for me, you know, temporarily. So I was thinking of maybe getting these, because you know, I think it's kind of special. Like down here it's got some sort of a sparkle, which is kind of pretty, except I'm thinking though, like how would I pair it? Because if I wore these with like skinny jeans, then like would have to be extremely skinny, like as stretchy as yoga pants, in order to show these sparklies at the top of the booties. I couldn't pair these with even the skinniest of jeans, because you know these are pretty skinny jeans. Because I'm so skinny, I could only wear these booties with like stretch yoga pants. So it would only be black leather, red leather, right? Black leather, red leather, something really tight. So I actually couldn't pair this with too many things. But the thing is, it's on sale and it's pretty cheap. It's only $2,000. It's a local, you know. I mean, normally my papa gives me more pocket money, but pandemic, he's worried. He doesn't know what's out there. So I have to be frugal. I have a lower pocket money for a few more years before the credit card goes back to the way it was before for me. So I have to buy cheaper items, and these stores along this street have been very convenient for me. They're like always on sale, so I always get a couple cheap things, tie me over for a couple more months, you know. But they're only giving me 2 days on this discount, so I'm thinking maybe, or maybe perhaps it would be more worthwhile buying these ones. But they would give me 2 days to think about it. I found this one here, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like the Liu Zhou brand that you would get at Farfetch.com, and it's actually also the same price as Liu Zhou on Farfetch.com. Same price. Nice, very nice. Except for me, right now my neck is hurting. It's got the sparklies stuck on, very heavy ones. So my neck's hurting. I can't carry them. A little heavy for me. Like today I've got on this clutch. Today, and it's also got sparklies on it, but it's very lightweight and it doesn't hurt my neck. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm just gonna ask the shopkeeper if I can think about it for just one day, you know, because I have so many booties at home. I have long ones, Stuart Weitzmans, which go with everything, you know, everything, a skirt, a dress, pants, yoga, stretch, denim, everything. And then I have, I don't remember if I have Jimmy Choo's or if I have a pair of Alaya boots. And then I think I have another pair from this store. From this little store here. I bought a couple of things from this local place. because it's next door to where the credit card store is. Credit card store, credit card um, deposit ATM. So I don't know. I don't know whether to buy this or not. I had to think for a while longer. My neck's hurting a little, so I had to take a break for a while. Get a glass of water. Oh, I had to put on my mask. Very disrespectful. So, kind of been a long day again. I was at Manning's down that street, Queens Road at first, but I got there shortly after 3, and they said the pharmacy, which is the drugstore counter, closed until 4. They just went out at 3 for lunch, so I had to wait an hour until 4. So it wasn't so convenient. So I walked to IFC instead. And then I went to buy the stuff I needed at the Manning's in IFC. I decided not to buy those goodies just because I was thinking, how would anybody see the sparklies around the rim of the boots? Like, how would anybody see it unless I were sitting down and I didn't have, like, you know, loose stylish pants? You know, like back in the noughties, you know, when I was a working girl for just a couple years in my life, I was like a salesperson, corporate person, looking very nice in my office job, as I mentioned many times. And I wore kind of wide, loose black pants with heels. And so you could see the pantyhose, and it was stylish. But if I bought those booties, it's nothing special unless you see the top rim, which is sparkly. You wouldn't see it unless I sat down. I decided not to get them. So that's one thing. So I'm here at the IFC right now, and I was actually just here a few days ago. I was here, I think, Wednesday night, run some errands, Wednesday or Thursday, and then I did something really naughty, which I shouldn't do out of respect for the good people here. There was a grand piano downstairs in the lobby, downstairs lobby floor by the ATM, and I was wearing just I think some normal clothes. I was wearing a pink satin tank top with my checkered pants the same night I made the video about Moon Festival. And there was a grand piano downstairs at IFC by the corner. It was closed with a red ribbon around it, but I climbed over the ribbon. Climbed over it, I opened the piano. There was no piano chair, so I literally just squatted down on I squatted on my butt, I squatted on my bum, and I played Liszt Etude for piano, and I played Schumann concerto without being able to press the pedal, so it sounded really bad, and I didn't have a chair, so my back was hurting, but it really was me playing on a really bad piano with no pedal. I was playing a Liszt concerto and a Schumann concerto. Liszt concerto, good God. Liszt Etude and a Schumann concerto. Because, you know, I'm not a pianist. I hate to practice. I don't have the time. So I only do it once a year for big celebrations, you know. Read a little bit of stuff. So I have one sparkly, glittery piece. That kind of scares people when I play it. And then I just have one concerto if, you know, I see friends of mine who feel like playing with me literally once every 2 or 3 years, you know, like 14 Juillet, 4th of July, only like that. Because I just, my closest friends are just not interested in music. I have nothing against musicians, but I don't seem to be making good friends with any musicians. I don't seem to have any close friends who are musicians. Nothing against musicians, but they just don't seem to be friends with, I don't seem to have any friends who work in music. Not because I don't have a special relationship with musicians. I happen to have good friends who work in fashion, entertainment, art, politics, finance, corporate, medicine, care, everything. I have friends who are important in everything other than music. So, does it make sense for me to play piano? No, because life is for people you love, people you get along well with. I don't get along well with any musicians because I don't know anybody who's a musician. So that's out of the question. The only thing I love is fashion, and the only thing my girlfriends ever buy is fashion. Beauty is nice, but you don't really go and buy makeup with friends. You know, it's not a group event. It's not very expensive, so it's not luxurious. My parents give me tons of money to spend usually. So, you know, this is my life because that's what my life was. I've been interrupted by that raging pandemic, but we think it's about time for it to end. I don't have a boyfriend yet, and something today when I walked into IFC made me think about when it's time to have a boyfriend. I think for my age, if I want to have biological children, about time to think about it. You know, I only have one style, which is a really, really good boy. So I have to be with a really, really good boy, like a really good boy. You know, he has to be really smart. He doesn't have to be really tall, but he shouldn't be overweight or something. Lots of money to spend and a proper background. So, you know, obviously I'm not saying that I'm the kind of girl who would like the first boy I meet when I come to town, you know, when I go back to a town to visit and I see the first boy I meet. That's the one for me, you know. But I'm close to my mom and dad because they're good parents. And the one thing I like about my dad is before the pandemic, he was really generous with the credit card. Really generous with the credit card, and he never asked me what I spent my credit card money on. He never asked me which friend I go out with, which girls I hang out with, who I go to fashion shows with. He never asks me for names. He never asks me for what purchases I buy. He never ever gets upset unless I go over budget, and the budget's very high, almost no limit. So I'm very happy with the dad I have, and he's one of the biggest investors in France. That is a fact. So I really don't want another father. But my mom and my dad are people who really believe in the usage of devices. They like technology because technology, you know, it's like passwords on your computer. They're very safe people. They're really smart investors. Life must be safe. You must have passwords. I must be protected with technology. So if you are willing to live with technology, then you chase me as a boyfriend who completely believes in technology. And if you never had a marriage before and you're single, you went to a good school, you have a nice smile, and you're like a princess like me, and I never work, So we just do some charity, and we live in the United States because we all love to speak English. So if that's the case, and you are willing to live with the technology, which is what my parents insist on, um, then that's a great way to live and get settled now. Or nothing happened, and I just got into a trauma in 2008, and everything's canceled. Nothing happened since 2008 in my trauma. Then if you ask me where I want to live with a nice boy, I would like to live in the United States. Not just because English is my first language. I went to a German school in Hong Kong. But also because New York City, LA, many of the big cities, it's very easy to live. And I love Asian people, but there are plenty of Asian people living in the United States. There's a Harvard Club in New York City, smartest people on earth, right there. I've had some bad situations living here in Asia. I've been bullied by a couple of Asian people that none of my friends in Asia ever wanted to know. So I don't feel safe living in Asia. So it would be nice if we live in New York or LA, San Fran. My sister's in New York. Because we never work. Right? It's at our age, holding a device, or if nothing happened after 2008. So I would not, I would sort of really insist that I live in the United States. That's my thing. But if you can hear what I'm saying, then I've been insisting on that for a while. I'm 41. It's hard to find a man who hasn't had a former marriage. And it would be nice to find a nice boy around my age who hasn't never had a marriage, just like me. But respecting how I would like to live my life. I just enjoy, never work. Only work in fashion, career in fashion, not working crazy like before. Crazy hours, no more crazy hours, no more finance. Fashion, buy some nice things, European art, that's it. Live in a really nice house, design it really nicely. All my friends from school, everything. All my friends from school, from entertainment, every walk of life. Doctors, artists, lawyers, you name it. So that's has to be in a big city. I love New York. My first boyfriend, Alan, as soon as I got sick with my trauma, I decided to visit LA for a few days. Alan came, took me around, made me feel much more confident, feel safe, told me I'd be fine. So, the point being that living in LA seems like it would be fun. I've never been to San Fran. I couldn't live in Boston. I want like a warmer, bigger city. But any of these big cities would be fine for me to live in. My favorite is New York. So that's where I am. Nothing's changed. My parents never changed their mind. All my friends are truthful. I talk about my friends all the time because they're really, really close to me. I go out with them all the time, almost every week. We have dinners together. We chat on my bed. These are really, really close friends of mine. Everything I said is true. Um, and oh, we talk about the truth every day, like yesterday, like today, like tomorrow. So yeah, well, I don't want to sound like I'm showing off. Just just want to say hi to all my friends, and I can't wait to meet just a couple of new friends after the pandemic, and mostly also reunite with all my old friends. That's it. Whew. Anyways, oh, I just felt like somehow it looks flattering over here. Um, I just wanted to say, because I'm the type of person who gets to the point. Um, Maybe I don't know. My mom and dad are very social, so they have a lot of good friends. So we're quite socially good looking, but sometimes I can also just get to the point very quickly. Uh, some people like to get to the point where it matters. I think that's how I've been behaving whenever I talk to people. You know, I think my parents dated for like half a year, 4 months, 6 months. And they got to the point, I think straight after their first date, my mom and dad told each other exactly where their situations were. Um, so if you like to talk to people where you get to the point, the first time you have a real conversation, which is how a lot of us are, um, basically, I'm very capable of talking to the point. I'm very, talk to the point. My mom and dad took 4 to 6 months. But in my case, I don't want to know any bad things that were said about me during, well, after the time I got my trauma in 2008. I don't ever want to know the people and the things that were said about me after 2008. So I never know. I never know what happened in my trauma. Um, yeah, for me, that's something I really don't need to know. Anyways, I think it must be rush hour or something because somehow right outside the building, but there are no cabs getting here. Now I wonder what's going on, why there wouldn't be taxis. But well, I guess my main fear these days is I wasn't a tobacco smoker before, and I'm doing it now to sort of de-stress because it's so loud outside the house. And once you begin, I don't know if my skin and my pretty face will deteriorate more quickly. And that's bad news because, life is for me to enjoy, completely indulge, especially after this horrible pandemic is over, which is hopefully by then I'm just in my mid 40s. I'm still really gorgeous. Lots of places to travel, life to enjoy. So, oh, hold on. Just get on the cab. Excuse me. Um,可唔可以熄咗個收音機啊？
你去邊度大聲少少啊？
哦，
聽唔到啊！
麥當勞道啊，你可唔可以熄咗個收音機啊？
我冇收音機啊！
你冇，我有收音機。
你有收音機我冇啊！
你冇。Yeah, so I guess that's sort of my heart-to-heart conversation. somehow something made me think about it. So I wanted to talk about it. Yeah. So I'm just in the lobby of my apartment.
중선아.
Yeah, so well, it was a really normal day today, but
Yeah.
I earlier in the day when I was shopping in IFC, I was talking a little bit about sort of the life I've always had and the type of boyfriend I'd like to have, and how my life just will always stay the same as it's always been. But yeah, it's not been a disappointing day, but I was looking at this pair of booties in just like a local store. They have some nice things sometimes, I'm a little frugal during the pandemic. Normally my dad never put limits on my credit card, but in the pandemic they're worried about the stuff out there, so they watch me very closely. So can't wait till it's over and then it's shopping season forever, all over again. But the booties were cute because they had these sparklies at the top rim of the booties. But I just couldn't find a reason. I couldn't find a reason to buy it because like I have, no, I have some space for booties. I have Stuart Weitzman long boots go up to here. I think I have a Jimmy Choo, and then I think I have one from Alaya or something. And that's nice because it's got sparklies, but like no one would ever see the sparklies unless I were like sitting down and I had my legs crossed and then I was wearing pants and right up to here. Otherwise, it would look just like another pair of regular black, like heeled booties that I have like tons of pairs of. But that's a nice store. I go there, sometimes. But I couldn't find a reason. I'm pretty practical, and I'm thinking about lots of things. I've been feeling bad recently because a lot of the fashion shopping during the pandemic is online, and I think that means you couldn't try on your shoes or your jewelry because online shopping, I think when you buy shoes, you really want to wear them and see how you can walk on them, how it feels. So if you saw them online and you couldn't try walking on, just walking around the store in the shoes, maybe it's harder for me to buy really pretty shoes in the pandemic. So that's one problem for me. I've been thinking about that. Well, I've been bothering this lovely guard for a while now, so I'm going to go back upstairs and rest my neck. My physiotherapist, who I've been working with for 2 months, is really, really nice. She's a lovely person. I love hanging out with her, but my neck hasn't improved. So I'm seeing the doctor next Monday, and I started looking online on YouTube for help. And these two guys, they have a channel called Bob and Brad. I took their advice last night about the pillows. I woke up feeling way better already. So, I'd love to call up the physiotherapist, have a nice chat with her, drink a cup of coffee, have a cocktail. But when it comes to treating the neck issue, it's not quite compatible. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go upstairs now.
네.